Hi, good morning. So today we're going to be transplanting this prickly pear, Opuntia. So I got this one actually at the fountains. There was a piece of it that fell off, and they're really easy plants to propagate. All you really need is one pat, and then all this starts to grow. The only thing that it's a little bit tedious is the waiting game, because they kind of take a while to root, and you don't want to overwater them because, again, it's a cactus. It's going rot like no tomorrow if it feels that it's drowning. So you guys are going to see me move this one out of this clay pot into this bigger pot. And hopefully I don't get pricked. So one way that you could do it without actually touching the plant is at the bottom there's a drainage hole. You could stick your finger in there and push. And kind of shake the plant a little bit. Oh shit. No, that wasn't supposed to happen. Shake it out. And if you absolutely have to, grab the pat. You should be wearing gloves for this, but... And gently take the plant out. Just like that. That's a good root system. So this part that popped off, sadly it popped off. Let me lower the camera. That's okay. We could put it into this other pot. And just like this one, it will root on its own. Ow, there's a roasting in here. Okay, so this pot had some free bulbs growing in it. This right here is a rain lily. Really nice plant. It has pink flowers. They've been self-seeding, so I guess some seed got in there. I'm going to yank them up and I could repot them in the same pot. So what you want to do with the soil that you have, you want to use a free draining mix. You could use native soil if your soil's light, like sandy. If not, you could use cactus soil or even some seed starting soil. It just needs to be fast draining. So we're going to take out some of the soil that was in here so that our plant could be level. Okay. Yeah. So again, when you're doing this, you really want to wear gloves. A lot of the prickly pears have really large spines. Those are the nice ones, believe it or not. Because the spine, it's visible, you can see it. This one, for example, has smaller spines that they're more fuzzy. They're called glaucids, and that's the remnants of the leaves. So now the plant is in there. You want to make sure it stays upright. You don't want the sideways pointing plant. Okay. Get the soil that we took out earlier, because all soil is good soil. Okay. Go. I'm going to even it out. Okay, just like that. Shake it. Get any leftover soil off of your bench or off of the ground. And boom, just like that. So this piece that we broke off, what we could do is just make a little divot, place it, and then get some soil and slightly bury it. And then it's winter time, so it's not going to be actively growing, which is another thing. You want to be transplanting your cactus in spring or summer when they're in active growth. I'm only doing this because I got kind of impatient. And yeah, not the best choice. So do as I say, not as I do, kind of thing. The reason why you want to do it in active growth is because, well, it's actively growing. And it also means that since it's actively growing, any moisture in the pot won't pose as much a threat of rotting the plant as it would be if it was not actively growing, dormant. So now that that's done, I'm not going to water them in because it's winter. And yeah, that's it. The last thing you do is label your plant. I don't remember what this plant is called. I'm going to have to look that up. And then that's it. By spring, this one will have already started to root, and we will have a much more bushier plant. So get gardening.